Ugh. Hello, this is Queen of the Conquered by Kason Calendar. This book is a Caribbean-inspired fantasy where you get to watch Sigourney, the kingdom's only black noble, exact revenge on all of the other nobles who've enslaved her people for generations, and I'm gonna stop it right there because anything more than that is spoilers. Some of the island people are born with a mysterious innate magic, which, if you happen to be white, that power can help you take more power from others and ascend the throne. Almost all of the black people on these islands are slaves, and when one is discovered to have one of these magic powers, they're killed on the spot. I initially picked up this book because of the cover art. I definitely judged this book by its cover, a habit that I have been richly rewarded for in times past. I am on the final book of the final installment of the Kushil's Legacy series, so I'm Anonymous Blessing. It is the last one, and I'm kind of sad about it, and I was looking for something that was similar to this universe that Jacqueline Carey created. Something similarly high fantasy with strange magic in it and court intrigue. I really like that kind of stuff. And this guy fits the bill pretty perfectly. I got super fucking lucky. I saw videos of other booktubers talking about the arc when the arc came out, but no one's reviewed the book yet. So, hi, I'm here to review the book. If you do end up reading it, please let me know in the comments and tell me what you think. One of the things I like the most about Queen of the Conquered is it's a fantasy through and through, but it does have this kind of whodunit mystery vibe to it. It is a mystery novel as much as it is a fantasy. Are following Sigourney Rose, who is a black noble, who is trying to take the throne from a bunch of other white nobles who are extremely racist. The other nobles are surprisingly colorful, despite their burning urge to see the main character brutally murdered. All of the other characters in the book absolutely hate the main character and want to see her burn on a stake. And yet, you kind of start to like some of the characters, and you're like, I don't know if I really want you to like destroy my girl, but I do want you to succeed at something. A few of those characters have that vibe. Some of them are just straight up hateable, but you hate them and you love hating them. You love to hate them. As shit starts going down, like there's a part where you have all of the nobles in a room on a deserted island that the king owns, and they're supposed to stay there through the storm season, right? The storm season on this island is known for being the place where the nobles murder each other. As shit starts going down, as everyone knew would happen, you never actually trust anybody. You don't trust the nobles, you don't trust Sigourney's assistants, and you definitely don't trust Sigourney. The nobles don't trust Sigourney. Sigourney doesn't trust the nobles. No one trusts the slaves. These are some spicy characters. It's a black fantasy. It's not an urban shit. I don't want to knock anyone who writes urban fiction. And for those who don't know, urban is the genre of fiction that is reserved in the publishing industry for stories that are revolving around black characters. I have the hardest time trying to find books that are fantasy and also revolve around black and brown characters. It is very hard for me to find. If you know of any, please do add them to the comments. I want to read them. That's part of the reason why I'm starting this channel, because I want to find black and brown people casting spells and shit and like ensorceling people. Another point, it is not quite Game of Thrones levels of murder. Don't count on your fave characters surviving the end of the book. If you love a character in this book, there's a super high probability that you will end up either hating them or they'll end up dead. Or both. I really liked Sigourney and Friedrich's relationship. Oh, just read the book. They broke my heart. This is a book about a black woman wrestling power away from a bunch of slave drivers. If it were left to that, I probably wouldn't have picked this up. I don't need to read another power fantasy about ending slavery, but Calendar is a really good expressive writer. This isn't a huge book, but she manages to establish and then subvert so many stereotypes about how these characters ought to react, or like, if you're a big YA person, like they're the whole trope of like the love triangles and overpowered main character who doesn't understand how gorgeous and smart she is. None of that's in here, and I love it. Queen of the Conquered is awesome because it establishes a lot of those tropes that you see all the time in fantasy, and then it turns them on their head. It's really refreshing to read. Just when you get to a scene that you're like, oh, okay, I know what's gonna happen here. He's gonna save her life. She's gonna do this. You think you know what's gonna happen in this book, and then like, you turn the pages like, oh, yeah, okay. And you super thrilling power dynamics between Sigourney and literally everyone. She is that bitch. She is that bitch. Sigourney attempts to bend literally everyone to her will, including the nobles, including the king, including her assistants, and including the slaves. Sigourney has mind control powers, so she can just stay trying people, and a lot of the time they won't even realize it. And because Sigourney stays trying people, no matter who they are or what they do or how much they hate her, you get the feeling that the tables could turn at any moment, and they fucking do. Like, it's like things go wild real fast. She has a plan for everything. The plans may or may not be good. She makes all these like moderately intricate plans, and then people just brute force her. She is trying to overturn a government essentially with like very minimal assistance, which is stupid, but she's doing it. Oh, side note, the protagonist, a black queen, has black slaves. So that gave me pause when I was reading through the synopsis. The entire time I was just like, why does she have black slaves? Is she gonna free the slaves? Is she gonna like go on a rampage and murder all of the nobles and keep all the slaves alive? Is she gonna pull a Khaleesi? Is everything okay? I don't know. I don't know. I'm not gonna tell you because spoilers. All of these questions will be answered in the book. Next, flex. There are not a lot of romantic subplots in the book, which I was a little bit sad about, but there is some LGBT representation regardless, so I'm really glad they put that in. You love to see it. A couple of things I didn't like about the book. Everyone was cock-blocked. Everyone was in unhappy marriages. All of the romances steeped in intrigue, which kind of made it better. Like I said about Kushiels, lots of crazy magic, lots of intrigue, lots of sex. Queen of the Conquered, magic, intrigue, not a lot of sex. Sorry. Yeah, so it's not a clear dislike, but I love it. Honestly, that's it. This is my favorite book of the year. I have just started booktubing. If you liked The Power by Naomi Alderman, or if you liked any of the Kushiel series, you'll like this book. I'm gonna pick up the next installment as soon as it comes out. This one came out like last season. Yeah, this is a really good series. This is also my first booktube video. Oh my god. This is my first booktube video, and I'm excited about it, so hopefully I can stick with it. I started this channel so I could rant about books and journaling. If you like some of the same stuff I do, please do leave your channel in the comments so I can follow you and we can be friends. Links to my existence are in the description. I'm on Twitter, Goodreads, Insta. Yeah, thank you so much for watching.